Hello everyone, I am Dr. Megha Bhatt, Head of the Department of Economics at JG College of Commerce. Today I will discuss one topic regarding factors affecting on terms of trade, which is the part of SY Become Semester 3 International Economics. There was a question asked in 2019, October 2019 university examination. What is terms of trade? State the factors affecting terms of trade. This question is from Unit 2. I will discuss some of points over here, meaning of trade, terms of trade, and then lastly, factors affecting terms of trade. Before discussing terms of trade, what is the meaning of trade? We should have a knowledge of this. Trade means exchange of goods and services. Basically, there are two types of trade. One is internal trade, which is known as home trade or domestic trade also. Another is international trade, which is known as external trade also. Now let us see the definition of these two kinds of trades. When the transactions taking place within the geographical boundaries of a nation, it is known as internal trade. When the transaction is taking place between two countries is known as international trade. For example, the trade between Singapore and India, India and UK, or trade between UK and USA. Terms of trade. What is the meaning of terms of trade? In simple word, we can say it refers to the rate at which the goods of one country exchange for good for another country. There is one formula for measuring that how much a country can gain from trading. And this formula is given below. It is given like this way. Terms of trade equal to index of export divided by index of import multiplied by 100. So TOT equal to price of X divided by price of Y multiplied by 100. If terms of trade is more than 100, it is favorable. If terms of trade is less than 100, not favorable. And if TOT is equal to 100, so we can say it is imbalanced. Factors affecting on terms of trade. There are some factors which affects terms of trade. The first is reciprocal demand and supply. The terms of trade depends on reciprocal demand and supply. What is mean by this? It means the strength and elasticity of export and import. When the demand for export is less elastic than import, its terms of trade will be favorable. In this case, the country can export at higher price than its import. And obviously this is good for the country. जो है वो higher price उसको मिलती है export में, तो वो country के favor में रहेगा. When the demand for its import is less elastic, its terms of trade will be unfavorable. So country has to pay higher price for its import. वो जो भी import करेगा उसके लिए उसको higher price जो है वो pay करना पड़ेगा, and that this is unfavorable for the country. Change in factors of production. It also affects terms of trade of the country. If supply of factors of production price related export industries will decrease in world market, it will not be favorable for the country. पर उससे अगर यहाँ पे supply of factor of production की जो price है related to import industries, अगर वो world market में ज़्यादा है, तो it will be favorable for that particular country. Changes in technology. It also affects the terms of trade. If technological change leads to production of more export-oriented products, then supply of these goods will increase. Price will fall relative to its import. Therefore, terms of trade will be unfavorable. मतलब कि price अगर कम होगी तो export जरूर यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं increase होता हुआ नजर आएगा, पर फिर भी जो prices जो उनको मिलनी चाहिए वो नहीं मिलेगी. Comparison की है imports के साथ. So in that case, TOT will be unfavorable. On the other hand, its imports volume will be less in the world market. TOT will be favorable for the country. Changes in taste. If the taste for the products of country increase, it leads the demand for that products increase, which finally increase imports of the country. As a result, the TOT will become unfavorable, क्योंकि हमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा, तो वो उस कंट्री के लिए अच्छा नहीं रहेगा. Tariffs. An import tariff improves the terms of trade of the tariff imposing country. मतलब कि जो कंट्री टैरिफ इम्पोज करता है तो उसके लिए ये टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड जो है वो थोड़ा बहुत फेवरेबल बन जाएगा. So imports will reduce in relation to export even otherwise. Quotas. Fixation of quotas also reduce imports and improves the terms of trade of the country. Import substitutes. If the country produces import substitute goods, इसका मतलब ये होता है कि जिस प्रोडक्ट जो है या कमोडिटीज है जिसको हम इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं वही या उसके जैसी ही कमोडिटी अगर वो कंट्री प्रोड्यूस करता है, राइट, इन सफिशिएंट क्वांटिटीज, तो इट्स इंपोर्ट डिमांड फॉर सच गुड्स विल रिड्यूस, और उसका असर ये होगा कि एज अ रिजल्ट इट विल इंपोर्ट लेस, मतलब कंट्री जो है उसका इंपोर्ट जो है यहाँ पे रिड्यूस हो जाएगा एंड इट्स टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड विल बी फेवरेबल. इन्फ्लेशन एंड डिफ्लेशन. इन्फ्लेशन जो है इट वर्सन द टर्म्स ऑफ ट्रेड बिकॉज राइज इन डोमेस्टिक प्राइसेस द डिमांड फॉर इंपोर्ट्स गोज अप एंड फॉर एक्सपोर्ट डिक्रीजेस, क्योंकि एक्सपोर्ट जो है वो यहाँ पे महंगा बनता है. On the other hand, in deflation, the prices of domestic goods fall, the demand of export increases, and for imports fall. Balance of payment. Deficit in balance of payment brings improvement in terms of trade because the exchange rate will fall or it falls. On the other hand, a surplus worsens the terms of trade by raising the exchange rate of the currency. Economic growth. It affects terms of trade in two ways, demand and supply. दोनों effects के साथ ये रहेगा. The demand effects which increases the demand for import as a result of increase in per capita income with economic growth. The supply effect which increases the supply of exportable goods and import competing goods. These two effects determine the terms of trade of the country. Thank you.